In the distant future, humanity had become a force to be reckoned with. They had spread across the stars, establishing colonies on distant planets. Their technology had advanced beyond imagination, but one thing remained the same: their stubbornness, their drive, and their ability to fight when pushed too far. It all started on the planet Venus. The Vrenesian Empire, a race of reptilian beings, had long considered themselves the supreme rulers of the galaxy. For centuries, they dominated other species, conquering planets with ease and enforcing their will through fear. They were technologically superior, and their warriors were feared across the stars. But there was one race they had never fully understood: the humans. For years, they watched humanity grow, build, and expand across the galaxy. They watched as humans thrived, despite their relatively primitive technology and small numbers compared to other races. The Vrenesians scoffed at humans, dismissing them as weak and insignificant. That was their first mistake. It was on a cold, quiet night when the Vrenesians made their move. They sent a fleet to Earth, their flagship leading the charge. Their plan was simple: invade, conquer, and wipe out the human threat once and for all. The Vrenesian generals believed the humans would panic, surrendering without a fight. But what they didn't realize was that they had underestimated humanity's resilience. The humans, led by their military and civilian leaders, refused to be cowed. They didn't panic. They didn't run. Instead, they did what humans had always done: fight back. The first battle was fought in the skies over Earth. Vrenesian warships hovered in orbit, preparing to bombard the planet. But the humans had been ready. Their fleet, though smaller, was fast and efficient, made up of pilots who knew the terrain better than anyone. With their advanced yet practical technology, humans launched an all-out assault. The Vrenesian warships had the upper hand in terms of firepower, but the humans had something they didn't: resourcefulness. Human pilots maneuvered their ships with incredible skill, weaving through the Vrenesian attacks, finding weak points in their defenses. The Vrenesian commanders were stunned at how the humans fought back, refusing to yield an inch of space. But the Vrenesians were not ones to retreat. They launched a ground invasion. The humans had expected this, of course. Earth was already under high alert, and cities had prepared for the worst. The Vrenesians landed in major cities, expecting to crush any human resistance with their overwhelming strength. But again, they underestimated the human spirit. What they didn't know was that humans had an unparalleled ability to adapt and organize. When the Vrenesians stormed into the cities, they found themselves facing fierce resistance, not just from the military, but from ordinary citizens as well. People from all walks of life had picked up weapons, setting up traps and barricades, defending their homes with unmatched courage. One such resistance group, led by General Sarah Clark, fought back relentlessly. Clark, a decorated war hero from the human military, was known for her strategic mind and her unwavering determination. She gathered her troops, soldiers, civilians, and anyone willing to fight, and began coordinating a series of counterattacks against the Vrenesians. As the Vrenesians attempted to occupy key points in the city, they were met with human ingenuity. Human-made weapons, though inferior to Vrenesian technology, were cleverly modified to exploit weaknesses in the enemy's armor. Booby traps, makeshift explosives, and guerrilla tactics took the Vrenesians by surprise. They were not fighting a disorganized rabble, but a determined, unified resistance. The Vrenesians, confident in their superiority, began to falter. They hadn't expected this level of resistance. They had expected humans to cower, to surrender. But humans didn't give up, not when their home was at stake. As the battle raged on, Clark and her forces managed to push back the Vrenesians. What was supposed to be a swift conquest turned into a drawn-out war. The Vrenesian forces, having underestimated their enemy, found themselves fighting on multiple fronts: on Earth, in space, and on distant planets that had joined the fight for humanity. But the turning point came when humanity showed the Vrenesians what they were truly capable of. The humans had, unbeknownst to the invaders, developed a powerful weapon. It was a piece of technology scavenged from the remains of an ancient alien race, one that had been long forgotten by the universe. This weapon had the power to disrupt energy fields, rendering the Vrenesian warships and weapons useless. Clark led the charge to deploy this weapon, striking the Vernician fleet from a surprise angle. The weapon fired, and within moments, the Vernician flagship and its fleet were disabled, their power systems shut down. The battle in the skies turned in humanity's favor. With their fleet in disarray and their ground forces losing to the relentless human resistance, the Vernician Empire began to crumble. The remaining Vernician generals attempted to retreat, but it was too late. The humans had already proven their strength. The final blow came when General Clark, leading a team of elite soldiers, captured the Vernician Emperor. He had been the one who orchestrated the invasion, underestimating humanity at every turn. Now, face to face with the general, he realized his mistake. "Why?" the Emperor asked, his voice trembling. "Why did you fight so hard? You were nothing compared to us." Clark stood tall, her eyes burning with determination, because, she said, "Humans don't know how to lose. We don't bow to anyone. We don't give up. And we never forget those who try to take us down." With that, she turned and gave the order. The Vernician Emperor was taken into custody, and the remaining forces were forced to surrender. The message was clear: don't mess with humans. From that day forward, the Vernician Empire was no more, and humanity's reputation was forever etched into the stars as a force that could not be broken. Wherever humans went, they carried with them a legacy of resilience, courage, and the simple truth: never underestimate the power of a species that refuses to quit.